Hey, all right, time for this week's review. Today we're reviewing a shot from Michal Sony. Thank you so much for sending this one in. It's a good start. I think there's a few things that we can touch on that can plus the shot and then rock and roll from there. Cool. So the first thing that catches my eye, let me just play it for the audience who's watching this. It's a big Right, so it's a singing shot. So there's a lot of stuff that singers do to hit notes that we're not seeing in here. But the first thing I want to talk about is the phone and the head situation. So I'm going to mute it for now. So he's constrained, very clearly constrained to the head. If you watch exactly what the head does, his hand does. And so if ever you can see that sort of locked constraint, it's going to break the believability because our hands, I can't even fake it. Like our hands are not locked to our head. From on the phone, it's going to be a lot of moving around, with your fingers, the hand. Talking on the phone is arguably a pretty challenging kind of shot to animate. So the first thing that I would do is I would consider. There's a tool in Animbot where you can copy the relationship space, and that way it's not constrained, and you can fiddle with it a bit more and offset, but it definitely should not be one-to-one constrained. And then the second thing about the phone in general is he's saying, hello, is it me you're looking for, right? So he's singing to the phone or to the person in the phone, and I think that it's a bit strange, right? Like that he's doing this big thing while he's on the phone. And I think that he should do more of like, maybe he can say like, hello, is it me you're looking for? Sorry, let's see. Where is that? Where he's singing to the phone and so he can start off and like, hello, is it me you're looking for? And then start singing to the phone rather than on the phone, or just use the phone a bit more. And that's going to save you doing this big constraining thing anyway. So if you use the phone a tiny bit more and create the dynamic with what's going on the phone, like why is he singing on the phone? Is he singing to? Is he being dramatic? Is he being silly? Is he being like, is he being romantic? Who knows? But if you can use the phone a bit differently, I think it'll be beneficial and a bit more easier to animate. So that's probably the biggest thing is that kind of relationship with the phone. And then there's a few things that we're not rocking, and that's singing. Okay, so when you sing, you pull everything from your belly, like you really pull it out, and if you want to change a sound or put a wobble, you have to either wobble your head sort of thing or wobble your mouth, do accents, right? So if you want to be like four, you're just going to say four, but if you want to be like four, you know what I mean? Then you're going to do a little wobble, and you can do a number of different kind of wobbles and accents to hit words. And for example, when it says hello, you've got hello, like you're just going down and coming back, like hello. It wouldn't be like that, it'd be like hello, like hello, like that sort of thing. So there's a lot more you can put in there, and I would advise watching some reference to find that. If you don't sing yourself, and you like, if you sing, it's the easiest thing you could do. You just sing it, and you'll feel that what all the stuff that you're doing. But if you don't sing, hit up the reference. Just look at like some quiet acoustic sessions, not like a concert, but just something just like covers. Watch people singing covers, and just watch how much they move their head and their chest in order to push out the notes that they're singing. And so if you do that and add it in your shot, that will lift your shot a lot because it'll be a lot more natural. So this is somewhere where reference is going to come super in handy. Yeah, and so it's just evolution, right? So when you're saying like four, you just you're hitting this mouth shape and then we're locking it up. And then it's just this mouth shape. So you could push that. So you're not saying like, at the moment you're going, oh, like that. And if you did that in real life, as I did, the sound stops. So in the animation, you might want to do like a little arc on it, but you can also say like, fo, like close that lip and close that note just to help sell the note. So if you add the evolution of the mouth shape on top of the accents, it'll be a lot more believable singing. And when you're singing, the one thing you're not doing is breathing, right? So the chest movements that you have are going to be super important, because every single word that you're not singing, you're going to be trying to take breath to help push the next word, right? So you need to have really, really strong breathing in your performance as well. So like this hello, he's kind of like bringing your shoulders around in this angle, rather than like hello, like try and like breathe in the air in here. Ooh. Yeah, breathe in the air in order to push out that first hello. So you wouldn't have this closed mouth shape. You wouldn't be like hello, because you need to breathe in that air. So this could be like an open mouth, like hello, that sort of thing. Yeah. So I honestly think that's the biggest thing that's going to help your shot, is the breathing and the accents and the pushing the words out and the evolution on the mouth. But let's look at I'm just going to turn the sound off. And if we look at the recording, and if we look at the eyebrows that you've got here, right? It looks like they're pivoting from here. So this is kind of standing in the same spot. So when you move the eyebrows, it's cool to, when you're changing the shape, you want to try and at least lift the whole thing up a little bit or move it down a little bit. So it's not just pivoting. Just move, if you want to change, just kind of move the whole thing a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. But at the moment, when it looks pinned, it just looks a bit odd that like only this half of your eyebrow is moving and the rest is locked. It just breaks the believability a bit. And I think if you move the whole eyebrow up with it, it'll feel a lot more connected. So it's more of a rotation instead of a compression, because I think you're going for like hello, right? Like you're going to push those guys down like hello, and so you need to move the whole thing, right? And so you could get them more down here. More. Underneath. It's my soft. Okay. Maybe they don't need to be so sharp. And if you want to say hello, yeah. These eyes doing. I'm not sure what kind of shapes you can get with the eyes. Now you might have to play with that. Just experiment. You get the brows down and more of a compression down here. That would be cooler. Still get the same kind of effect. Yeah, something like this. But the main note is just don't pivot from half of the eyebrow. And yeah, it looks, and then the way you're coming down is very spliny, very floaty and unnatural. Right? Because it's again just this half of the eyebrow that's moving. This is nice. You've got the brow connected to the lid, to the blink, which is cool. Very cool. And then your brows are not very activated. I think you'll find when someone's singing, they're very expressive on their face, incredibly expressive. And you might find that it's easier, not easier, but, well, it will be easier, but also you'll find your eyes might be closed a bit more than they are open when you're singing. It's very internal when someone sings, I think, so they go for it from the inside, and generally you see a lot of singers with their eyes closed, and so with the eyes open, it's a bit, with the eyes open, it's just a bit, doesn't feel like he feels it, you know what I mean? And the singing, this song, that he's feeling it. And then you've got a bit of wobbly eye going on through here as well. See that? Looking over here at the camera, let's say, and then you go over there, it's spliny. It's like, it's as if it's on global control. You've got the eyes on global and the control's here. And so as you track your head, the global stays here, and so the eyes just follow. So just watch that. In terms of body mechanics, you're moving a lot of everything at once, right? So this is pose A. Like let's say this is all the same. You've got the shoulders, the head, and the hand, right? And then, woof. They all move at the exact same time. So it'd be nice to get some offset, like lead with something. Like you lead with your breath, hopefully. So you'd be like, which then might lift up the body, which then, you know, so you've got to pick what you're leading and what you're following with. It doesn't have to be very dramatic, just has to be in there. I think it'll look a lot smoother. Same with the way you come forward. As you come forward, your head, chest, and neck and arm all come forward at the same time. So if you just lead with the head and then the chest or something, like just get offset between this and these guys. Just think of them as different different limbs, I guess. Just pay attention not to move everything all at the, like, see that? Bam, it's all moving at the same time. So that also looks a bit unnatural. See, this looks a bit better. You see, you're leading. You could lead with the head more, but see how this whole like frame here is moving, right? But then you move the arm, and so this action looks a lot better because you're leading with this, and then this is coming up, and it's not happening all at the same time. However, you could get more separation between the head and the chest. Especially when you're doing all of these movements like up and down. Yeah, it's like you're like a plank of wood, and you're like this. Is it me you're looking for? You know, you want to be like, hello. I'm exaggerating, but you're like, hello. Is it me you're looking for? You know, you just really break up the neck and the head, and you get a lot more organic motions. And this hand is really just breaking the believability the way this goes. So I think once you break that down, add in the separation, all the accents, get the brows more expressive with the eyes. The shapes that you're doing with the mouth, you're very straight. You're very straight in general. And you could get some more asymmetry and more appealing mouth shapes in here. You know, like if he's going to be singing hello down this way, you might want to anticipate the mouth shape here. You know, go with that thing. I don't know if there's bendy controls on the head or not, but if you can get like a tiny bit of bend this way. And then when you say hello, you can take this mouth shape. And then arc it around, and you can bring this more on the out like this. Not so exaggerated, like not super cartoony, but you could push it more to the side. So then you go, hello, hello, like a nice little scoop. Yeah, and then when you're doing this, like, it goes very default, like hello, he's in pain, you know, like is it me you're looking for? So be like, hello, like whatever he's thinking, you know, I don't know what he's thinking. It's up to you to decide what kind of character he is. But if he's sad and like really feeling it, he might do like a sad, scrunchy face. If he's just being silly, hanging with the dudes, just like singing to his phone, you might do like a smile in there or something. You know, you can put some character in this besides just singing the song on the phone, which is like face value, right? Like you want to get some more in-depth thinking into your shot, which will then make it more unique and make it more interesting to watch. So I think that's enough. I think you've got a lot to go from there. There's a lot of things that you can do to make this better. Pay attention with the mouth shapes, the symmetry in the face, get some asymmetry in there. Separate the head and the torso. Either work on this constraint or don't constrain it and use the phone a bit more as a prop. Put a personality in him, like why is he singing, who's he singing to, where is he right now, is he at the park, is he in a public place? If he's in a public place, you know, it could be a very interesting way to think about some of the actions that he would do. And then yeah, get those accents in there and the breathing for the singing, and watch very heavily singing reference, and the shot will look a lot better. Awesome, cool.